Hey, what's up guys, it is SMG for Life01 just coming in with this video of Assassin's Creed 3, and I just want to apologize for the quality of this video. I didn't know what I was doing. Like when I was recording, I recorded an hour and 20 minutes, I think, actual footage of Assassin's Creed 3 of actually playing through and stuff like that, and then when I imported it to Adobe Premiere Pro, I fell into the thing that I didn't change the recording settings, and I ended up recording in 480p, which is 720 by 480, and I'll post it in that quality. I won't post it in any higher quality. I'll give you the straight up quality that I basically recorded at. Yeah, this gameplay was actually recorded actually an hour and 20 minutes, and I've managed to cut it down to 36 minutes long. That's what you can say about a real editor. But I'm not here to talk about my editing skills. I'm here today to talk about THQ, my cousin in New Zealand. He told me that THQ have basically gone bankrupt, and some of you guys probably already know this. I just found out like today, I guess, or yesterday, and I was like, that is crazy, because like all the games that they make are like, most of the games that they make I actually play, like WWE, UFC and stuff like that. Those are the games that I play, and it's gonna be pretty weird to have like WWE coming out with like different developers such as like EA and stuff like that. It's gonna be pretty weird. I know that THQ has already got rid of UFC. UFC is actually with is now with EA, so EA Sports is gonna, or EA's Electronic Arts is gonna be making the next UFC games. I think I'm not too sure if it's the next UFC game or it's like they're creating just the UFC games. And the thing is, I know EA is good for like football and stuff like that, but for fighting, I don't think they have a good ingenuity in order to make a good fighting game like a real fighting game like UFC. They haven't, like, MMA. The MMA game was just such a letdown. I can tell that because the price of it dropped to £10. So the game came out in the beginning of 2011, I think. I'm not too sure. And it just was. I remember having the demo on my Xbox and playing it, and it was just terrible. It just wasn't good. So probably some of you guys will disagree with me saying it is good, but I have to admit, from my experience of playing UFC Undisputed 2010 and playing now Undisputed 3, I've just had such a better experience compared to playing the demo or actually playing the game, because I've also played EA Sports games like the boxing ones that like Fight Night, Round, whatever. I played those, and again, just the experience of trying to fight in that game is just so terrible. Having to use a analog stick to punch, I can understand how it makes it kind of a bit more realistic, but then again, it doesn't make it as fun. Like I can understand, yeah, pressing buttons is like the way to go for me. For my own opinion is, when I'm fighting, I want to be pushing buttons. I don't want to be trying to fiddle about with an analog stick in order to throw a specific kind of punch. In UFC 3, you just press a button. You maybe press LB and X, and you maybe throw a ducking hook, whatever. But like the MMA game, to figure out how to do a ducking hook, you may have to use the right analog stick and push inwards towards the right and ring down. So turn it clockwise down, and maybe then it might do the punch that you want it to. So that's the bad experience I had with MMA game. And the graphics, obviously EA have, like, probably their games have the best graphics out of anyone else. Like the graphics and gameplay are really good. Some things they could work on is them like little glitches, like when like maybe you're playing a football game and like the player scores a goal and then another guy jumps on him and he goes straight through him. That's like some of the glitches that I've like come across playing like FIFA and stuff like that. I also do have shooting games by Mass Effect 3 from EA Sports. I've got Mass Effect 3. I have Battlefield 3. I literally have never I never finished playing Battlefield 3. It was such an annoying game. I haven't even I don't even have it installed to my PC right now because of all the crap that they had in the gameplay. Here is just like a quick cut to another bit, but yeah, a lot of the a lot of the games from EA have really bad storylines, and I'm not just saying that because I dislike EA. I actually don't mind EA. I kind of like them and how they're ballsy about trying to take over a game that is like just too good for them. But like games like Battlefield and stuff like that, kind of based around the story as well as its multiplayer and like based online. I think that the stories that they have in the games, the graphics of the stories look really good for one. That's a good thing, but then the storylines don't add up, and most of the people that I've talked to about like these games, like EA's story mode games like Mass Effect and stuff like that. Mass Effect 3, I have to admit, is an epic game, and I literally want to clock that game. I want to finish that game. I want to rip that apart. I love making videos for it. I won't be doing videos for that game anymore. Gears of War 3 I still need to do as well, so I'll be throwing a few more games into this mix as well. Dragon Ball Z still hasn't arrived, so I'm still waiting for that. I checked the email. I mean, not the email, the delivery, and it said 3 to 5 days, so they're sending it second class delivery. And I kind of managed to get my mic stand to like work properly, but I might send it back to the guy who I bought it from. I get a 2-year warranty anyway with it, so it's broken, so I'm gonna send it back anyway. I just need to get the wrapping paper stuff and then attach the name and stuff onto it. But yeah, EA is taking over a lot of THQ's like sporting stuff, such as WWE, UFC. I think they're taking over WWE. I'm not too sure, but I think they might be, because obviously WWE is such a huge franchise, and maybe like a lot of the people who are gonna be actually playing the WWE games are gonna be the hardcore fans. The new WWE games, I'm not too sure about. Like EA, if EA make these games, how would they look, and how would they kind of, what would the gameplay be like? I wouldn't be able to understand the gameplay of what they have right now. So like the gameplay they have right now, storyline games, EA has a disadvantage on storyline games. Like THQ made, what games did they make? Saints Row 3. Again, it's not the best kind of like GTA looking game, but it has a good story behind it, and plus it's supposed to be good online. I didn't get to play it online, but it's supposed to have a really good story. I clocked the game. It's fun to play. That's what THQ have, and that's what I guess THQ try and go for. But they've just lost all their money. They've filed for bankruptcy in December of last year. So that's pretty hard to hear about one of the gaming developers that I've always loved. Like every single one of their videos, I mean games that they've brought out, most of them I've enjoyed playing if I have played like some of them. But then you're gonna have games like from like Ubisoft and stuff like that. I'm gonna go online right now. You're gonna hear a lot of clicking. I'm gonna go online and go on THQ's Wikipedia thing, because you get like everything on there. Yeah, I'll actually be getting a Nexus 7 on Thursday. So I'm gonna like read out their revenue right now. They're in US dollars, obviously. As of 2011, their revenue was dropping $665 million, and then the net income was going down to $136 million. That's of 2011. I'm going on a THQ website, and the website still works, so the company isn't really gone yet. So they still got all their stuff up. WWE 13, Company of Heroes. There's a lot of stuff that they've made that actually does bring like a big impact into a lot of people's lives. I remember playing WWE long time ago, back when I was a little kid, and like that was the only kind of games of, well, actually wrestling games there were, and it was basically when the THQ logo comes up, it goes THQ, and it goes bang, and yeah, it's just gonna, I guess, losing out on all these memories, especially with these old games and stuff. It's gonna be pretty hard to see. Actually, I'm looking at the upcoming games that THQ are going to be releasing. It's wow. It says that Metro Last Light is coming out in 2013. I don't know if they have a release date. Company of Heroes 2 is going to be coming out as well. I didn't get a chance to play that. Well, I'm not even sure. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play Company of Heroes 2 at Eurogamer. And then there's a new South Park game that's coming out via THQ at... Actually, let me go on Metro Last Night again. It's coming out March 2013. Metro Last Night. Company of Heroes 2 is coming out early 2013, so sometime between this month and next month maybe. South Park, the Stick of Truth, that's coming out in March the 5th, 2013. And WWE 14 I can't exactly click on right now because they don't have it up. Saints Row 4 is to be announced. We don't know if there will be another one. They probably will pull off the like the making of that. And there's a WWE game, another WWE game that's gonna be coming out, and that's called WWE Brawl. I think WWE should make a separate game and have it just online. Maybe you could have that also on PC as well. But if it's this WWE game is actually called WWE Brawl. Is coming out on the PS3, Wii, and Xbox 360. I don't know why they haven't added the Wii U yet, but we'll see. So on the WWE Brawl, I'm on their Wikipedia page. WWE originally trademarked the name in 2010 and formally announced the game before WrestleMania. I don't know what that is. XXVII. I cannot remember. I don't read stuff like that. The 27th annual WrestleMania, originally slated for a 2012 release, the game has been delayed indefinitely. THQ wanted to focus on WWE 13, and the game will feature cartoonish representations of WWE stars with superpowers, as well as fast-paced combat, just like WWE All Stars. WWE All Stars, I wasn't such a big fan. I had it on the Wii. I didn't really like it, but it's a game. Oh my god, it came out in 2011 and they still released it for the PS2. Are these people mad? And they have it on the 3DS, so I might try and pick that up. I don't play my 3DS. Literally, I have like so many. I have like 2 games on my 3DS, and then I have loads of DS games, and I have the new Pokemon game, and I haven't finished it. I think the WWE games need to fix up a bit. They need to just, like, the way that they're going now is actually pretty good. I just think that they should just try and bring a new, fresh kind of face to the whole like WWE franchise, and like kind of make a game that's like based online and not offline. Not just offline, you can have online as well. And I think that they could have made like a DLC pack that you don't get through the what's it called, the fan access. You just buy it, or you could have the fan access pack and still be able to get these DLCs that I'm about to talk about. So the DLC that I was actually thinking that they could have done was, cause in WWE 13 I haven't seen any like created character story modes, so I was wondering they should have like a custom character story mode, which is a DLC which you can download, and you can download different storylines, and basically it'll just be like storyline 1, storyline 2. So basically download these storylines, it'll be under a superstar or under Diva, so you get to like do all of them. So like you download all these storylines into the game, and then it allows you to play through it as your custom character. Because I remember playing WWE 2008 and playing it through as my character, who was like a fucking awesome beast. And I remember that was the first time I was able to like have like my own music as my created character's entrance, and I had like music from like S Club 7 back in the day. It was like that was the music that I was kind of listening to at the time, so that's why I kind of made my guy's entrance music. But if you see now, if I posted a entrance of my character now, you would see that his entrance is like totally epic. I use Hollywood Undead, Bean to Hell. I put that, and then I use like custom Jeff Hardy and Chris Jericho, like the entrance moves. So there's a lot of like customizations. I love customizing a character in WWE 13. I just obviously get tired of doing a face and all that stuff, so I don't do the face and stuff. I try and take a like a template and like use that and just fiddle about with it until it's like good enough. But yeah, WWE is. I have played WWE since like SmackDown 1 and SmackDown 2. I have WWE Warzone. I actually did play that a long time ago. That WWE Warzone game is actually, I think it's from America. That Warzone game is from America. I have like the wrestling games I have are from America on the N64. If you guys don't know what that is, that's the Nintendo 64. That was out in like '96, and I got so many games on it. Once I had an eBay account, and I remembered that I decided to buy some like games for the N64. I just bought them. I bought Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Stadium. I got the transfer pack. I basically got the transfer pack with Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, and then I already had Pokemon Stadium. So I decided to just delete, to sell the other Pokemon Stadium. I sold it for like £2. It's not exactly worth much. To me, it's actually worth a lot because it's a game that I wanted like 10, 15 years ago, and I just never got it because like my parents wouldn't buy it for me, or when I did want it, my brother decided to choose a different game. I can't remember what he chose instead. He chose GoldenEye. That's it. So yeah, I have a lot of those games that I've always wanted and I never got, so I kind of bought them now, especially like when they were on like, and then there were some games that I bought and then sold and then I bought back because I wanted them. So like Pokemon Fire Red, I got Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Leaf Green. I've got both of them and they're real. I have the thing that goes on the top. I can't remember the wireless adapter. I try to collect like everything, but the thing is, I'm not that kind of collector that I want everything original. Like, as in, I don't want the boxes and stuff like that for it. I'll keep, if I do have the boxes, I'll keep the boxes. I did sell my Pokemon Fire Red a long time ago because I just couldn't play it anymore. I haven't even played it on anymore. I haven't played it in ages, and I also have. I bought a Game Boy Advance, the grey one. I think you guys may have seen it. It's an epic Game Boy Advance. I love Game Boy Advance. I love Game Boy. And then once DS came out, it was all about the DS. And basically, I was kind of a good salesman. I was able to make so many people buy. One guy, he bought. Actually, 3 people I got to buy a DS. Because at the beginning, it started off as the people who had DS were the people in my family, which was me. I had the DS Lite. Me, my brother, and my sister, we all had DSs. I was the last one to get out of all of us. And the reason why I bought it was because, like, kind of, if you didn't notice and you like play like handheld games, I think it brings a lot of people together. I don't know if you guys have noticed or even felt that way about like gaming in general. It brings a lot of people together. But the thing is, by doing that, you're spending a hell of a lot of money in order to try and get closer to your family members. So I can understand if some of you guys may not have like felt that way. I have felt that way since I got my Game Boy. My Game Boy. When I had my Game Boy and I had the Pokemon games, it just like dragged me closer with my other family. Who like live quite close to me in Cricklewood. I shouldn't have said that, but oh well. They live around that area, and yeah, it brought us close together by playing Pokemon. I had my old school Game Boy, the first Game Boy, and we used to play Pokemon together. I used to chat a load of like weird stuff about Pokemon games to them, like Gary gets slapped at the end. I was like, and then after that, like I remember all this stuff. I remember saying it as well. Gary gets slapped after you beat him in the Pokemon League by Professor Oak because he lost or something like that. I said that. It was such a long time ago. I still remember it to this day. But it does bring family together. These games, these action games, don't really. I think a lot of Game Boy Advance games and like Wii games, like the games that allow you to have fun, like, but play multiplayer with your like people at your house. Like on Christmas Day, I remember in like 2007 or 2008, I remember getting the Wii. Like I can't remember how long I had it for. I had it on my on Christmas Day. I had it and people were playing it, and they were playing like tennis and stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun with the Wii, and I still got a Wii now. I just don't play it. But yeah, well, let me get back to the story of freaking the DS's. So like I was the last one to get. I sold my PS2 in order to get a DS, not because I actually bought it because well, kind of I bought it because everyone else had it, but I bought it also to play like Game Boy games as well, because I remember buying it, and the first DS I bought, I didn't have no DS games, so I borrowed like a few games from my sister, and she had like Need for Speed Underground 2, so I was playing that for a while. My sister still has her DS as well, just never uses it. I don't even use mine. Mine's is a green one. My first one was white, and my dad took it on like the first or second day. I remember my room used to be downstairs, and probably you guys never seen my room because I never used to make videos back then. But my room used to be downstairs, and in a small box room. So I used to sit on my bed and just play. I had it like I don't know if I didn't have a TV up there until I got my Xbox, because I had my Xbox up there as well, and like my TV was on top of like fucking cupboard, and I used to have to lie back and play, which was like pretty dope because you could just lie there and just play, which I can't even do now. I could, but I need a big screen. That's why if you've seen my Black Ops 2 poster I'm gonna get rid of that and put up a TV there, 32-inch maybe, and then I can sit on my bed and play the games if I actually do want to. And if I'm playing a PC game and using the Xbox controller, I can do the same thing. But yeah, there's a lot of like when it comes to like having a DS and family, and I did have I had my white one. I think I had my white one I had my white one when I went to America as well. And again, it's again about persuading. I didn't persuade anyone to buy it. My cousins in America, I never persuaded any of them to buy it. But my cousin had so much fun playing it with us lot. All of us like had DSs and stuff. So she decided to buy a DS, which was actually pretty awesome. But when she came here, we didn't really play DS. I haven't taken out my DS in such a long time. And my cousin who I'm talking about right now is actually texting me. She's probably finishing. Yeah, she's probably finished work right now. So there is a lot of family like communications, especially when it comes to gaming. Even with friends, like with a couple of my friends at high school, they always used to take the piss out of me. But they were into the same game, so we used to all play Pokemon together. So it was cool that we all used to play. And my friend used to call me, like, at the beginning of every when you turn on the Pokemon games, it's developed by Game Freak. That's what the guy used to call me. He used to call one of the guys at my school used to call me Game Freak. It's really funny about like how it comes to now. Like I'm doing gaming videos, and yeah, I'm not a game freak. I'm just a normal average guy who's just playing video games. Because I don't play like a lot. I play like if I'm doing a video, I'm gonna play the game so that it's linked to the video sort of thing. So I don't play that much. So there is a lot that goes into actually trying to actually build like a relationship, especially with friends and stuff, like when it comes to video games as well. Like we used to trade, like Pokemon is that game that brought me and my friends together, brought me and my family together. Like I think the family that I used to like hang out with, the ones that I hang out with now, I didn't used to hang out with them before. They were still in my age group, but I just like was a loner. I just never used to like play around. I used to be the mad kid who used to beat up everyone, and the Game Boy actually brought us together. Now I don't beat them up, or I stopped beating them up after the Game Boy came. Once the thing is, when I used to have a Game Boy, my parents used to freaking take that thing all the time. I remember when I had my PS2, I ran away from home because they took my PS2. So kind of crazy stuff happens, especially when gaming is involved. So like being a gamer since young, and like parents taking my brother and sister probably never did this. It's because I've grown up in the gaming ages. So my brother used to play like Street Fighter, so that's the game I grew up playing on, like DOS and weird Windows thing like that. And then obviously we had games like Jungle Book, Aladdin, Prince of Persia. There's so many old games that freaking just blow my mind, how technology has evolved, how graphics have come into play. I know that back in high school we didn't used to care about what kind of graphics the game was, as long as we could play this game and at least get past the first level, we were alright. Because we used to play some helicopter game, and I was probably the first person to go over 1,000. I had the max score in this game, and then after that, I broke the record again in my school. Yeah, and like we used to play the helicopter game where you just keep clicking. I don't know if any of you guys have ever encountered this game, but then we used to find all these games online, so people would end up blocking the websites, like the IT technicians in the high school. They'll block the websites, and then like if we tried to, and then we ended up figuring out how to put the flash games into a Excel spreadsheet, so we were able to play it through that. So that was good. We played golf, we played Sonic the Hedgehog, the Flash version, which some weirdo made, and yeah, we used to play so many games. It's just so amazing how I've come from playing games on the internet. That's again another place where I actually used to play games. I used to play Trials, the motorbike game where you like riding the bike up like loads of piles of things. Trials, if you guys probably seen the HD collection on Xbox Live Marketplace, you can actually go there and buy it. But yeah, it's cool to see how all this graphics and all this stuff is coming to play. I remember when my friends, they always used to say, "Oh, the graphics suck in this game, I'm not gonna play it." And like now we're playing games with like incredible graphics. Well, I am for sure, because I got my 6870 in my PC, so that's allowing me to do all that kind of stuff. And it's just crazy. Like I don't really care about graphics. If the game looks good, if it plays well, I'm gonna play it. And if I like the game, yeah, I'll play it. So there's a lot of stuff that come into play, especially when it comes to making games and stuff. I know that THQ has done an amazing job, and I'm sorry to any of those people who are actually working with THQ who have maybe lost their job because of this bankruptcy thing. So sorry to you guys. If any of you guys actually do end up watching my videos, yeah, I'm sorry to you guys, because it's kind of lame. I know in this kind of economy we're like screwed. Especially, I think a lot of youngsters are screwed, especially like when it comes to getting a job. Like I haven't even had a chance to actually like work in a job where I have been interviewed and they've called me saying, "Oh, you've passed the interview." Like the agency interview that I had was like terrible. It didn't feel like an interview. I wasn't nervous like I would be in a normal interview. I actually have an internship that I have to prepare for. They told me, they gave me a task, and they told me to take pictures of 3 local street markets, and then write about them in either a personal or generic like view. So mine's always personal, and I know what to talk about. I kind of figure out what I'm going to talk about anyway, so it's pretty annoying as well. Like I can't even get a job in what I want to do, so I have to do something. I have to try and do something else, something that I wouldn't mind doing, but it's not what I want to do. So it's a bit weird, and I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, it's weird like how I'm gonna have to find a job. I want to work in a media related company like that, like works with like, let's say with I can't remember, like works with video, photography, music, all these different things. Like that's what I want out of whatever I'm gonna do, because I've done blogging, I've trained in blogging, and I didn't mind it. I just didn't like the whole fact that we were just supposed to be blogging about London, and I just hate London, and I wish that it was about. I wouldn't mind talking about England, because England is there's a lot more to talk about, rather than having to talk about England, London, because London is like really a piece of shit right now. Just like economy sucks in this area. I have no job. I'm looking for work. I have to get my job seekers allowance. They've screwed me over with my money. Haven't been paid in like how many, like 2 months, almost 2 months. And that kill is probably one of the best kills I've ever done. I jumped off that horse. I jumped on his horse and I stabbed that motherfucker until he died. And again, I want to apologize for the quality of this video. I can see that it's like really bad. Yeah, so I'm really sorry for that. Right now, actually, Connor's heading to his hometown. He's heading to the native Indian town to see his family, I guess. Well, he doesn't exactly have family. Haytham Kenway is his dad, who is a Templar. I actually kind of like where he's going with the whole like Templar and Assassin kind of thing, where he's saying, why don't the Assassins and Templars work together to basically kind of accomplish the same thing. They both want the same thing, but I don't know what the hell happened here. It was just going crazy. But they work in a different manner, I guess. The Templars are more ruthless. The Assassins are more like passive about what they want, kind of thing. I know the Assassins do kill people, but they're killing people for a reason. Like I can understand, like maybe Connor kills Charles Lee because of what he has done to his village, destroyed his village, killed his mom. But then they don't do that because it's not for their clan or whatever. The Assassins themselves are really like good people, and the actual Templars, I have to admit, Kenway is a good guy. He's not killing his son, is he? Because he's an assassin or what? But now he's actually found out that Washington has sent out for someone to destroy his village. So, which Kenway tells them. So now I have to stop these Kiki men. I have to stop them from going into attack. So I just go up and I actually just don't follow any rules. I just go up and I kill people. My friend Darren Antonio actually finished Hitman 3, so congratulations to you, because I'm coming to pick that game up because I need to sell it. I can understand why they didn't want me to kill them, like to beat them up instead, because they obviously own people, they own like family. So I have to like be passive about it. But I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna stab that motherfucker in his ass. Finish him off. Again, I want to say, I feel really bad about THQ. A lot of the game, I remember playing SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. THQ did an epic job on that game. I don't know why the game is actually kind of like that. Because there was so many like WWE games out there, and SmackDown Shut Your Mouth was the one I owned. Like, I bought that game. Oh, I didn't buy it. My parents bought it for me from Asda, because my mum gets discount there. So I was like, okay, I want to get that game. I actually got that game with a friend. My friend actually was with me when I got that game. He will probably never watch my video. He doesn't even know what the hell I do. I got that with my friend. He told me to get the game, so I was like, okay, let me get the game. Right now, Connor's gonna have to go up against his best friend. I can't remember his name because he doesn't have like an English name. He has like a ding 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 dong dong name. I don't even know how to say that name, man. Ratongokikiton. I literally don't. If you guys know, post me a YouTube video of you saying the Indian names that they have. The thing is, kind of like their language is kind of similar to like the Indians, the real Indians language. I can see like the similarities in it. I kind of wonder what was America actually called before it was America, or British America. I wonder what it was before that. Before the British invaded, well, before, let's say, Christopher Columbus found America, what the hell was America called? Was it just called Plymouth Rock or what? Like, I watched Carlos Mencia today, so I'm kind of in that zone, trying to find out stuff. That's kind of what I would love to do, is to find out a lot about history, a lot about like all this kind of Civil War, the Civil Rights Movement, and then I want to find out history about England as well. I want to find out that I know England was founded in the 5th century, so in 500 AD, kind of in that area where it was founded in the second Stone Age, or in the end of the second Stone Age. This area was founded, and I'm guessing that Stonehenge in wherever it is, I can't remember where it is. I think that dates back to when England was kind of founded, because like it's a stone and it's from Stone Age, and I guess those rocks are bloody like millions of years old that they put up, and they might not even be rocks, they might be meteors, you never know. I would love to like find out all this stuff about like how all this stuff came to be and stuff like that. How do we calculate the time, because the earth has been here longer than Jesus, and 2,000 years has been like millions of years that the earth has been around. So that is the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. So see you guys later. Peace out. Next videos are gonna be the Dragon Ball Z one, so be ready, peeps.